When was the last time you decluttered your phone? I'm not talking apps, although you can do that. I'm talking your contact list. Here's the thing. If you're tired of people ghosting you, or you're feeling like you want more friends in life, see you, who get the you who you've evolved to be, not the you who you used to be. If you want to manifest something big or medium size, you need to clear out some space in your life. And I guarantee you're forgetting to clear out your social circle, your contacts list. Now, don't worry, I'm not going to ask you to just delete everyone that you know, but here's what I want you to do. I want you to go into your contacts list. And I want you to give yourself 5 minutes to go in there and start deleting people who have not responded back to you or who you've not communicated with in the last year. I recently did this in my phone, and first I started with the easy ones. Oh, my old neighbor from 4 years ago. Yeah, we're not in touch anymore. We don't need to be in touch anymore. I live in a different state. Then I went through other people who used to live where I lived, who we haven't talked really, maybe beyond the year that I moved. That was 4 years ago. After that, as I was going through, so I started with the easiest people to delete first. People who they were in there because at a certain period of my life, we had a connection. We had a reason to have each other's phone numbers, but we didn't form some lifelong bond. We're not best friends. We don't have reasons to stay in touch anymore. And so I'm releasing them and letting them go. I'm okay with the fact that they're not in my address book. And this is what I want you to do too. Release them and let them go. Now, this might be easy for you. For me, there was a real emotional attachment. I had to coach myself through. It's okay to delete these numbers. You're not losing people. You don't actually have a relationship with these people right now. It took me having a firm look at my life and being honest with myself and saying, you want the illusion of friends? My contact list being full of people who I don't connect with? That's not helping anyone. In fact, when you go in your contact list and you're scrolling through the L's or the M's and there's 8 people there who are not in your life, I think it actually makes us feel not the greatest. It's just like clutter in your house. You don't need it. It's taking up energy, taking up space. After the people who it was a clear no-brainer, babysitters from 2 years ago for my kids who I actually first reached out to all of them and I said, hey, do you still do babysitting? If they said no or did not respond within a week, I deleted them. You may want to give yourself a few days to do this, because if there are people who you're on the fence, do you delete them? Do you keep them? Go ahead and send them a text. Hey, what's up? What are you up to? This is something I'm up to. I'm curious about. And then ask them a question about something you care about in your life. If they don't respond to you within a week, just delete them. It's time to move on from that relationship, whatever depth of relationship it was. I'm assuming it's more on the superficial or basic side of depth of relationship. Delete these phone numbers. I deleted somewhere around 20 numbers the day I did my good clean out. And then a week later from texting, like I said, the babysitters and a few other people that I thought, well, maybe we will still keep in touch. Maybe like one of them was going through a really busy time in her life. So I thought I'll just give her another chance. A week later, I went through again. There were a few people who I'd missed that I thought this is a no-brainer. We have not talked in 2 years. And you may also need to decide what is the parameter for you. For me, it was a 1 or 2 year parameter. And here's the other amazing thing. I also used it as an opportunity to look at all the people in my address book, in my contacts list, who I really enjoy, but who for some reason we haven't seen or talked to each other in like 6 months. This allowed me to keep that connection going, to reach out and be like, well, what are you up to? Are you reading any good books? Or whatever else you want to ask these people. You know what area you have a connection about. If it's a connection about kids, ask them about their kids. If it's a connection about healing or spiritual stuff or personal growth or business, ask them about those things. Maybe you just want to say, hey, how do you feel about fall? Are you pumpkin spice or not? Whatever it is that you want to ask this person about, let yourself have the opportunity to re-engage. And if they don't re-engage with you, let them go. The trees are letting their leaves go. This is a perfect time of year to let things go that are no longer serving you. If you hold on to the contacts that are filling up your inbox, you're not giving yourself mental, emotional, digital, energetic, spiritual space to have the people who really want to enrich your life. There's a statistic now that most people on average only have around one or maybe two good friends. And a lot of this is the way society is right now. It's structured. But I want to work against that because every single person knows it just makes sense. And the research shows too, you need more friends to be happy. It doesn't mean you need 35 good friends, but you need those social connections, those real deep connections. You also need shallow connections. I'm not denying that. You can keep the people that you have shallow connections with who are in your life for various reasons. Any neighbor in my neighborhood who is in my phone because of neighborly reasons, they're still in my phone. Babysitters who I only see once every 6 months or whenever they can babysit my kids, they're still in my phone. So there's nothing wrong with having those shallow relationships. And I'm using shallow as not as a judgment, but just talking about the depth and the level of intimacy. There's nothing wrong with that. But if your whole life is shallow relationships, similar to eating only fast food for your whole life, you're going to feel unhealthy, unhappy, undernourished. Your soul needs deep connections too. And sometimes you need to let go and delete old contacts to make space, to make time to say, oh, my phone looks empty. My contact list looks empty. It's time to go make some new friends. Best of luck. Feel free to share in the comments how this is going for you. I am happy to coach you in the comments and help you work through deleting the contacts of people who they're not moving into the future with you. They're not a part of your future self. You don't need them. It's okay to let them go. Let them go find other people to be friends with and to be connected to. Lots of love.